your best listening ears, okay? Listen really carefully to my story because Pastor Rob's going to come and have a test at the end. And those of you that know the answers are going to get some extra prizes. We have something special for you all today too. Okay, so today's story is about St. Patrick. So listen carefully. Now, do you guys have a question for you? Do you guys ever get scared about things? Maybe about doing the right thing? Sometimes doing the right thing's hard and you get kind of nervous? Yeah. Well, that's what today's story is about. Now, St. Patrick, from last week, if you were here, you remember that we shared about he was actually a slave in Ireland and he escaped and he ended up going back to Ireland to share the gospel with the people of Ireland, where they didn't know anything about Jesus. Patrick went and told this whole country about Jesus, and he ended up being very successful through God's help. He faced a lot of opposition, a lot of scary stuff. Can you imagine going somewhere where nobody likes Jesus, but then you share about him? He had a lot of trouble along the way. And there's this really cool story. Okay, this really cool story about St. Patrick that you guys might not know. Now, they had a lot of pagan festivals. There was this Druidic festival, guys, and the king he had to light the first bonfire. Okay, if anybody else lit their fire before the king, they were in big trouble. All right, so what do you think St. Patrick did? What do you think he did? What do you think he did, buddy? He lit the first fire. St. Patrick lit the first fire because he wanted to prove that Jesus was the true God, that he was powerful. So St. Patrick lit the fire. The king was upset. He was really mad. He told all of his men, go put out that fire, okay, because mine's supposed to be the first one. So what do you think? The king's men all went, they tried to put his fire out. And do you think they put it out? No, they could not put that fire out because it was God that was watching over it. And they said, you need to go arrest Patrick. You need to go take him in because he disobeyed my commands. So the king's men tried to capture Patrick, but do you think they got him? No, they couldn't get him. They ended up turning on themselves and fighting each other instead of capturing Patrick. So through all this, the king of Ireland actually realized that Patrick's God was the one true God. He was the one that had the real power. And by Patrick being brave and courageous to light that fire first, he actually made the king have a change of heart. And the king actually allowed Patrick to come into Ireland and freely preach the good news of Jesus to the entire nation. Isn't that awesome, you guys? Although the king didn't necessarily believe that day, but some of the king's family did believe. And they became the first true believers, the true followers of Jesus in Ireland. They started a small church, and from there on, Patrick went all over the country sharing the good news of Jesus. And there's a great Bible verse that reminds me of today's story, and it's this. It's Joshua 1:9. Okay, it says this, if I remember, it says, be strong and courageous. Do not be afraid. Do not be discouraged, because the Lord your God is with you. Do you guys like that idea that God will be always with you, even when you're scared or afraid? He says we don't even need to be afraid. How can we know, though, that God is with us? How can we know that we don't need to have fear? And how can we know for sure that we're going to go to heaven one day? And that's the big question, you guys. So I'm going to share with you just what Patrick shared with the people of Ireland. That's called the good news. Okay? So the question is for you guys, are you good enough to get to heaven? Raise your hand if you think you are. Okay? So let's see if I show of hands. Okay. All right, so we're going to take the test to see who's good enough. All right? Okay. Have you guys ever told something that wasn't true? What do you call that? It's a lie, right? Even if it's a little one, right? Do you like it when people lie to you? No, it's not good. Have you guys ever taken something, even if it's small, from somebody else? Have you ever done that? It's called stealing, that's right. Even if it's small, because you don't like it when people take things from you, do you? No. Okay, here's one for all of you guys. Have you disobeyed mom or dad? Yeah, I was a kid too. I disobeyed my mom and dad. Did you guys know that one of God's commands, the 5th commandment, says, honor your father and mother? But are we honoring mom and dad when we disobey them? No. I've got 3 boys and they don't honor me all the time. Well, these are some of God's commands, and God's commands are his high standards. Meaning, like, we would have to keep all of his laws perfectly to earn our way to heaven. But as we've seen, even though we're all pretty good people here, we can't keep his law perfectly, can we? We've all fallen short, right? So do you guys still think you're good enough to get to heaven on your own? No, unfortunately, none of us are good enough. Even on our best day, we still fall short. Okay, and just like moms and dads have to punish us when we do wrong, God does have to punish sin because he's holy and he's just. You can't let things slide. Okay, a lot of people don't like that. It's the bad news. Guys, and his punishment lasts forever. And that's why the good news that Patrick shared with Ireland, that I share with you, is so good. Okay, because God knew that we couldn't keep his law perfectly. He knew that we were doomed. So what did he do? Who knows what he did? He died for us. You guys have heard that, right? Yeah, Jesus. Remember, God came. Jesus. He lived the perfect life that you and I could not live. Okay? And then he died on the cross. But what was he doing when he died on that cross? Was he just dying? What was he doing? Yeah, he was saving us because what he was doing, though, is he was actually paying for all those lies that you told. He was paying for those things that you took in the disobedience. He actually took our punishment for us, you guys. And that's why the good news is so good. Okay, but he does ask us to do two things to respond in our hearts. Because a lot of people know, oh, Jesus died for my sins, but it's not real to them. Okay, you can't just know this. It needs to be real to you. So here's how we make it real in our hearts, okay? So here's the rhyme, you guys. You can say it with me. We need to turn from sin and trust in him. Can you say that with me? Turn from sin and trust in him. Yeah, it's really easy. Even the youngest of us can understand. Now, how do we turn from our sin? What does that look like? Well, it means that instead of being okay with telling those lies, maybe we need to realize that's bad, okay? But I want to follow Jesus, so I need to turn my life this way, and I want to pursue Jesus and what's good, okay? This is called repentance. It means that we've turned away from the old self and we've turned toward the new. Does it mean we're going to be perfect? We're going to trip and stumble sometimes, you guys, but our hearts have had to change. Our hearts want to go toward God. Okay, so that's turning from sin. And the second point is most important, guys. We have got to put our trust in Jesus. It's not just enough to believe he's real. We need to have our faith in him. Okay, if we were flying at 30,000 feet right now, and I said, we're all going to have to jump out of this airplane, what would you want to have on your back? What would you want to have?
God!
A tattoo? No. A parachute. That's right. A parachute. Yeah. You can have a parachute. And Jesus, he is our parachute. Okay? The Bible says, put on the Lord Jesus Christ. So what we need to do is we need to put him on. We need to trust in him and never let him go. It means that we believe what he says and that he's going to do what he said he's going to do. He said he's going to forgive you of all your sins one day so you can be in heaven with him. Guys, trust in him. And read his word. Get to know him. Because all of his commands are good. All of his commands lead to blessing. And I really hope you guys will take this into consideration today. So can you guys say we need to turn from sin and trust in him again? Turn from sin and trust in him. So important. And if you guys do believe, when you do believe, if you make that decision one day, which I hope you will, don't keep it to yourself. A lot of people just keep it inside, but Jesus said to go and tell everyone the good news, which is what Patrick did, and he changed the course of history. I mean, he changed an entire nation. Imagine what you guys can do too. Okay, he says go, St. Patrick. So share that good news. Tell others the good news. It's not as scary as you think. Most people are pretty receptive because most people have that desire to grow close to God and to know the truth about how to get to heaven one day. So don't keep it in. Share that good news, you guys. And I want to thank you for letting me share that with you. And, once you invite Jesus